You'd be forgiven in thinking that Valheim is another linear building game, just like the other hundreds of Minecraft simulators out there. From its low poly edges to its soothing soundtrack, this game does, however, bear a unique selling point. Its unique and interesting lore. This game takes inspiration directly from Norse mythology, more easily identifiable to most as the Viking faith. The belief that there is other realms other than our own, inhabited by various gods and creatures of magical and often brutal origins. There are said to be 9 realms in Norse mythology, and Valheim is said to be in the 10th realm, which is unrelated to the current Norse mythology. This land was supposed to be as beautiful as Valhalla, the famed heaven of Norse tale, but treacherous and maniacal creatures have begun populating these once pleasant and fertile lands, and now even Odin himself, one of the most revered gods in Germanic and Norse mythology, is fearful of these Valheim lands. These creatures are said to have come from a place of exile, a former prison in which the god Odin had threw down his foes and had cast them into this 10th world. It is assumed that you, as the player, are human and have been taken from our current world, the realm of Midgard, in which humans populate. We have been instructed by Odin to prove our worth and to cleanse the once pleasant lands of Valheim of a mythical menace. In order to prove your worth, you've been sent to this 10th Norse world, Valheim, only by surviving and fighting in a harsh environment with many mythical monsters and beasts will you prove your worth to the gods, more specifically Odin. For those who don't prove their worth though, the only place they will find is Hell, the underworld, where their soul will be forever tormented for centuries. Or maybe you'll be one of the strong warriors who prove their worth and earn the favour of the gods. Then you will surely place your bet in Valhalla, the majestic, enormous hall located in Asgard, and by your side, Odin. This incredibly diverse set of inspired lore adds to the depth of this game and allows us to better understand this Viking-motivated world. This checks off a point that Minecraft never could: established lore. Minecraft had taken years to get to this point, to get to a point in which it could hold its own and begin concocting its own history, its own quest line, in reference to the Ender Dragon and the Wither. A game like Minecraft definitely doesn't need established lore, but it helps the player connect to their own simulated character. It creates a depth to the game that makes you want to try to understand more and try to advance your own storyline, which Minecraft, as of recent years, is doing a lot better. That's exactly what Valheim does so well, with its random rune stones and the slightly annoying little raven that guides you along your way. You want to get out there and find out exactly what it is you're doing in these enchanting lands. Which leads us onto my second point. It's already fleshed out in alpha. This game has almost too much to offer. And unlike Minecraft's ambiguity for fresh spawns, this game leads you in almost every step of the way. With a simple click of a key, you know what you must do in crafting your first tools, and if you listen to your friendly raven, you'll continue to be guided into the next steps. This game gently nudges you into the various pathways and avenues, from collecting sticks to hunting boar, from building a workshop to building a fully functional village with an efficient farm system and smeltery. This game offers you so much, but little by little. Not so much that it completely overwhelms you, but just enough to keep you interested. It's a learning experience the whole way and allows you to stumble into new crafting recipes without forcing your hand and presenting a million things to you all at once. From the big boss battles to exploring and the building and the ship sailing. From sailing around the flat world to hunkering down forgotten structures in the middle of a black forest. I won't go into too much detail about the various boss battles and their lore, nor will I speak too much about the exact details of exploration. I will, however, talk about that in a future video. But all you need to know is that this game, for a game in alpha, delivers more content than you could ever want. Valheim delivers more than enough content for you to attempt to grasp by either yourself or with up to 10 Viking friends. My third point would be that this game is almost as endless as Minecraft in respect to its creativity. Valheim offers almost all of the incredibly diverse and adaptable building mechanics that Minecraft does. This means that you have an almost infinite possibility for your base building. You can construct just about anything if you can imagine it. I say almost as endless as Minecraft because Valheim does abide by real life physics. It requires foundations for your builds. It requires often quite technical know-how for rafters, for beams and building support. It even requires some thoughts about ventilation so your character doesn't start to choke to death through carbon monoxide poisoning from your fires. This can throw some players off of the building bug initially. It does, however, inspire you to want to learn more. It motivates you to want to build structures. A Viking warrior needs his great hall. He needs a home in this distant realm. Once you master the building mechanics, you begin to understand that building on this game is hundreds, if not thousands of hours worth of content in itself, which is one of the biggest reasons Minecraft was able to grow so much and be the Goliath it is today. It even offers some mechanics that makes building easier than Minecraft does. For example, the rotating of planks and objects and the clicking of structures so that you know they're perfectly flush to your structure. The game has promised future updates to make building even more intuitive and exciting into the future. So if the developers can hold their own and stick to their word, the future of building in this game is set to be just as bright and quite possibly just as big as Minecraft in terms of its creativity. Which leads us to my last point. The future is very promising. With the roadmap that has been laid out by the developers for 2021, it involves 4 major updates to the already diverse opportunities in Valheim. The Hearth and Homes update, the Cult of Wolf, the Ships and Sea, and the Mistlands are all set to be the next major updates for the game. Hopefully, this keeps the game fresh, and it keeps the player base excited with this beautiful game. With the promise of these updates, and the almost inevitable chance that new bosses will be added, it can only be reasoned that the game will stay relevant, provided the updates stay frequent and the building remains as creative as possible. Valheim is set to be a huge game, and being only 500 megabytes, it really does lead us to question, how can a game so big be so small? I would suggest that we keep our eyes on this game, and to continue to explore the immense opportunities for laughter, excitement, and satisfaction that this game is set to offer millions of people. Right now, we are witnessing the possible birth of the Minecraft rival, a new potential juggernaut. But, like I say, this all relies on the developers and their ability to keep their game fresh and to withstand the test of time.